Greetings. This is Anthony and Asylum. How are you doing? You know, you may be discouraged right now. People might be telling you that this thing that you're doing, it will not work. You know, friends that are so dear to you may be telling you the same thing. This thing you're doing, this cannot work. I mean, they may tell you things, you know, to discourage you. Because they think it's a joke. They think it cannot work. It seemed like they would just like you to be in the same place like them. And you know in your heart, you believe in your heart that this thing will work. You believe it. You know somewhere in your heart that it's going to work for you. Now, you are going to get discouragement. People are going to criticize you and all that kind of thing because they don't understand what you're doing. But I want you to take courage, okay? I want to read something to you from a book that I'm reading. That's The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. That's the book. This is what it looks like, okay? And I want to read about the two frogs. It would be a good thing to get this book, okay? A very good thing. It will inspire you for sure. Okay, the two frogs. One night, two frogs left the safety of their swamp and ventured into a nearby farm to explore. They soon found themselves in a dairy. Hopping and jumping around, frogs will be frogs. After all, they jumped into a milk pail half full of cream. At first, they were both thrilled. They had never tasted anything so delicious. They drank and drank. Soon, after some contented frog belches, followed by much giggling, they were both full-bellied and getting just a bit sleepy. Time to get out of here and head back to the swamp for some shut-eye, burped the first frog. But there was a problem. They had had no trouble hopping in, but how to hop out? The inside of the pail was too slippery to climb, and there was nothing on which they could place their feet for traction to get up a good hopping distance, or any hopping distance at all. The awful reality dawned on them. They were trapped. Frantic, they began to thrash about, their little frog feet scrabbling for a foothold on the elusive slippery curve of the pail's edge. Finally, the second frog cried out, "It's no use. We are doomed, my brother. Let us save what dignity we have left and die here like frogs with our eyes facing our homeland." The first frog cried out to stop him. "No! We should never give up. When we were tadpoles, which of us would ever have dreamed that someday we would emerge from the water and hop about on land? Swim on and pray for a miracle." The second frog eyed his brother sadly and said, "There are no miracles in the life of a frog. Brother, farewell." And so saying, he turned his face in the direction of the swamp, gave a sigh, and slowly sank out of sight. But the first frog refused to give up. He continued to swim. He swam and he swam in ridiculous, pointless, useless, futile circles, hoping against hope for a miracle. Fired by adrenaline, he paddled mightily. Yet, his brother's dying words clutched at his thoughts, even more insidious than the growing fatigue that tugged at his weakening muscles. Was my brother right? He thought desperately. Am I a fool? Are there no miracles in the life of a frog? Finally, he could swim no more. And with a great cry of anguish, he stopped paddling and let go, ready at last to face his fate like a frog. But something odd then happened, or rather didn't happen. He didn't sink. He just sat exactly where he was. Ever so tentatively, he stretched out a foot and felt it touch something solid. He heaved a big sigh, both sad and grateful. Said a silent farewell to his drowned brother, then scrambled up on top of the big lump of butter he had just finished churning, and hopped out of the pail and off to the swamp, alone but alive. I hope you are encouraged by what I just shared. Don't give up, okay? Do not give up. If others around you are giving up, they are falling out, they are just leaving, you stay in the game. Stay long enough in the game and continue doing what you're doing, okay? You will get out of that pail too. You will see good results, okay? You don't have to die in the process. God bless you. This is Anthony and Aslam, and you know I just love doing this. See you.